What's going on, guys? This is Empty Box. This is iRacing Indycar Oval Fixed Series from Motegi.
Get ready.
Oval here
Going
today.
green.
Obviously, starting in 6th position, 55 lap race. And let's get ready. Get the car
The
in
pace
gear.
car is in.
He's onto it.
Green, green.
Conservative start. And get past. Probably on fault right there, but hopefully I can stay tough on the outside here.
Stay high. Clear.
Or he's just going to slide right in there.
Car outside. Clear. Car outside. Clear.
Take that position on back. Watch out for the 6 car. Word of warning. That black car with the neon green stripes going on. That guy has been danger man all week, it seems. I've yet to hear a single good thing from the competition about that guy. And yeah, he caused massive carnage in a race last night. So I'm just saying, quite frankly, you pull the stunts I've seen this guy pull, you deserve a shout out for just how terrible of a driver you are and how much of a jackass you are. And here's a fun fact. He's got a road pro license here in iRacing. So good job on that one, iRacing. Good job. I mean, I'll put it this way. It got so bad he got deliberately wrecked under yellow, and the whole server besides him was cheering for it. That pretty much should explain that one. It was glorious. It was glorious. Here, Motegi. Perhaps the most difficult. Which way you going?
Outside. Stay low.
Perhaps the most
Clear.
difficult oval in this car. The Japanese tracks here in iRacing have a lower grip for the tarmac. Like the track itself has less grip, which I guess is down to the type of pavement used in these tracks in Japan for one reason or another, or something like that. And because of that, you have less grip, as well as the fact that the weather is relatively hot. The track temperature is like 115 degrees. As well as we're running the low downforce package here in this IndyCar, which it's not really a low downforce track. That's the weird thing. It's kind of in between. For example, the corner speed here at the big end of the track, this track is asymmetrical, as you probably noticed by now. 180 miles an hour. Down the straightaway is about maybe 210 in the slipstream. These wings really kind of more so designed to work on corner speeds at 210 miles an hour, as opposed to what we're doing in turn 4, which is closer to about 150 miles an hour. Obviously, the slower you go, the less downforce you have. Couple that with the slippery tarmac, as well as the fact that turn 4 has a hump coming out of the corner in the banking as it transitions onto the flatter straightaway. It makes things interesting. It is a very, very tricky little track. I have to say, I do like it. It's asymmetrical, it's different, it's an oddball, it's its own thing. Which is always going to score big points in my book. So we're up in 5th position. Just kind of chillaxing back here. Now, one thing to point out is this could potentially be a fuel mileage race, potentially. Although I don't think the tires are going to last long enough, so I'm not really going to worry about it. Fuel number to make it full distance with no stops is about a 4.4, which is that number on the far left of the LCD display screen there. And it says 4.41 right now, which is kind of on the upper end of what is attainable. But if you needed to later in the race, you could possibly just go ahead and really save some fuel real quickly. And hopefully you can't hear my cat meowing, because otherwise that's going to suck. One of the keys, though, is keeping the tires on this car, which means trying to prevent big-time slides coming out of 4, which is, again, very easy to do as well as very dangerous. It is very easy to lose the car there. If you can't keep the tires on it and you did get a good long green flag run, as it seems we're kind of primed for, then saving the tires a little bit will definitely pay off in the end. So now we're just kind of where we are. Big run.
Outside.
3 cars slipped coming out of 4.
Still there. Hold your line. Clear outside.
Take advantage of that. So to 4th position. Really would not mind a long green flag run.
You're in 4th position.
Especially if we do get into green flag pit stops. So it does give us a chance to claw back some time. Car underneath us. This has been nice and easy. The good thing about trying to keep the tires on the car is you're also saving fuel because you're driving a little bit more conservatively, you're being a little bit more careful with your right foot, which is definitely a plus in this scenario, especially if we can kind of stay where we are or even close up a little bit. So we'll go ahead and set up for our pit stop a little bit early. Not that we're planning on taking one, but just make sure we got our settings dialed in and we're not worrying about that in the heat of the moment. For a little bit too much turn in the middle of the corner there. Quite have it balanced out nicely. Really, I just want to emphasize just how little grip there is with this car on this track in this condition. You have to be pretty careful, especially when you're making an effort to make sure that you keep the tires on the thing. Nice and easy. They will come back to us. They are using their car. We seem to be staying pretty much level. The cars ahead. Got some live traffic up there. Does it. As we get closer, we will start to lose downforce. Means that we'll have to make the tires work harder. A bit of a slide there. Starting to get looser. Tires are starting to go away. Definitely a shift in balance. Hopefully this guy will just go wide here in 3.
Car outside. Clear outside.
Thank you. You seem to be closing up ever so slightly. I've noticed that gap to the leader has closed down a little bit, but more so just kind of happy that we're staying in touch right now. So again, I do feel like we are doing a pretty decent job of...
Matt, what gear do you leave turn 4?
4th. That arrow push right there. Plus, for most of this stint, we've kind of been running by ourselves in clean air, so we should have a little bit of extra tire life rather than being tucked up right beneath someone's wing. Patience. That's the name of the game. Yeah, this guy's tires are starting to go off. You could tell. He just can't come off the corner. Trying to slide away a little bit. Just past halfway, we've used more than half our fuel tank. It's not a good sign. Well, then again, like I said, it is kind of on the upper crust of how far you can run in terms of fuel mileage. That's not even to begin discussing tire life, and will it actually even be remotely close to fast.
Okay, we're halfway to the finish.
Defensive. way. We're taking a wider entry than he is anyway, so that benefits us
Clear
really.
inside. Outside.
Nope, you're not getting that leverage.
Still there. Clear outside.
There you go. Another one bites the dust. Or not.
Inside. Stay high. Stay high. Clear. Inside.
It's just that little bit of sideways miss.
Stay high. Keep high.
And you know the car's going to want to slide down the banking. It's rotating off the right rear. Pretty sketcy.
Clear.
Big time slide there. Not what we needed. This isn't what we need in general anyways, given the fact that we're going to pretty much be holding each other up. I think I'm faster than this guy. It's just the draft. Now, the problem is, if I do make a pit stop, we will lose a lap,
Car inside.
which means that we could easily get trapped
Keep high. Clear inside.
a lap down if yellow were to come out at an inopportune time.
Car outside. Clear.
I think he just slipped up a little bit there coming out of 4, which is going to
Taking third. Keep hustling.
help us out there. So hopefully he should start to fall back a little bit. Of course, as the tires do burn off, it's also going to help the fuel mileage situation a little bit. And I'm not too terribly sure that this is going to be doable from this position. In terms of fuel usage. Do seem to be hitting the pits though. See, the ideal goal would be to basically short pit by a few laps relative to the leaders. So we'll have a few extra laps where we're on fresh rubber. But we are closing up ever so slightly, even still, so it's kind of one of those situations where wreck the car in the first place. Kind of one of those situations where, you know, what do you do? What do you do? Should be enough. I don't have a clue. Can't do the calculations while I'm driving. Do the calculations in terms of how much fuel you would need running a certain fuel number either. I actually don't mind the way this car is driving though. It's certainly a little bit on the free side, but certainly drivable.
Outside. Still there. Clear.
He's basically just going to hand over the position there. Which I'm not sure how I feel about that, because I did kind of have space behind me
You're in second.
to make a pit entry.
Thank you.
It's definitely getting looser. But again, we're gaining time. We are gaining time relative to the competition. That makes it really difficult to come in, be the first guy to make a pit stop. Coming in first is kind of more of an aggressive move, more aggressive strategy from this position where we are faster. We do have the advantage. Now running up close behind someone will cause a little bit of aero push, which coupled with the oversteer that we're getting through the car from just lack of grip, it's probably actually going to help make the car a little bit easier to drive. Now the other question is, or is everybody else just playing the fuel mileage game? We'll make a sneaky pit in. Because by not announcing it, you don't tell the leader early on. You don't tip your cap. So let's just come on down here, make our stop, and hope for green flag the rest of the way.
You got 10 laps to go.
The tires will take longer, but I think in the end, the tires will end up helping us out. Should be about a 6-second stop. Nailed it.
The leader's pitting now.
All right. Down here on the apron. Comes Brandon. But we do have the fresh rubber. So where will we come out relative to the other car? And he's just going to go right in the middle of the track.
Outside. Clear outside.
There we go. Now have these other guys made pit stops as well. What's the strategy going to be? How's it going to play out? Still got laps left. So I'm pretty sure Alberto, he was the car that was behind me. Which if he made a shorter stop, if he short stopped in front of us, now we'll play to his advantage, and that could be why he did gain so much ground. Take a freaking line.
Outside. Clear.
So how does this all play out?
You're backing fifth.
This is the big money question here at this point.
Pin, 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 pin.
Now, because we do have fresher tires, we should have a slight advantage.
You've got 5 laps to go. You're back in 4th position.
As we saw earlier on, I'm not particularly fast on fresh rubber. My advantage really came into play later on in the stint.
Get exiting. Damn it.
We do get some helpful traffic.
Car outside. Still there. Hold your line. Clear.
We do get some helpful traffic.
We're back out. We'll call the apron.
Yeah, I'm guessing that they're playing the no-stop game. And I just got screwed over by traffic right there. If he would have stayed high, we would have been able to make it. Lost the nose, though, once he cut low.
2 laps to go. Inside. Clear inside.
And then, of course, you know, he just sits there. That hurt us. It's like Gustavo. Not going to make it.
Car inside. Clear inside.
So that's going to move us up to third.
You just got the white flag. That means 1 more lap to go.
Thank you.
My question is, will Brandon run out of fuel?
You're back in 3rd. Keep hustling.
Really need Alberto to slip, although we're too far behind. Brandon would have to run out of fuel already. Just go ahead and drift it out of 4.
Good win there.
Good win, Brandon. I don't know how you make that much fuel.
There's the checkered flag.
I don't know how much you make how you make that
Did
much
really
fuel.
well.
But we used 19.69 gallons of fuel. So about 19.6 at the line, you figure. Which the car holds 18.5. So yeah, I need about a gallon more fuel, which we might have been able to eke out, but I don't really know because, I mean, like I said, Gustavo, he ran out of fuel, and he was in that same pack that I was racing with throughout the race. So I don't know. We could have maybe came in a little bit earlier to
Okay, the race is over.
stay ahead
Bring it
of
on in.
Alberto there in that final strategy play, but you know, at the same time, we were catching him. We just didn't have enough time, and even still, Brandon stays out, doesn't run out of fuel, wins the race each and every single time. So that's how that's going to work out. Hope you guys enjoyed. A little bit of a different thing, but bye. No carnage to report on today, however, I do have one thing. Danger Man, still Danger Man, even though there was no yellow. But rejoining the track safely, coming out of your pits, do it properly, do it safely, do it nicely, and everybody happy. No reason not to. You'll see me down there on the apron, joining the track safely, building my speed up, doing things the way they're supposed to be done, rejoining the track, exiting turn 2, nice and safely. Danger Man, though, he's going to take his own approach. And I know what some people are going to say immediately, so I'm going to go ahead and say it before that even happens, and that is, no, it's not faster. My lap was actually 0.03 of a second faster. Yeah, 0.03. Woo, yeah, but I didn't nearly kill a guy in the process, as well as the fact, oh, hey, there was no wreck, so it doesn't matter, and that is bullcrap, because the guy who's willing to rejoin the track doing 100 miles an hour or less when he has to know there's going to be cars coming regardless of if he's looking at the F3 box or not, is the same guy who's wrecked multiple cars from rejoining the track doing 100 miles an hour or less than everybody else. Don't be that guy. Just don't.